I talk about Italy all the time, and every time I open my phone, social media is just Italy. It's Italian landscapes, Italian recipes, Italian women's feet, and I go, like, right? But whenever I see landscape shots of Italy, there's always a guy on a Vespa. You know, those little scooters, and they're zipping around, and they're dreaming of marinara, or whatever they do. Yeah. And whenever I see a guy on a Vespa, internally to myself, I go, that's gay, right? But when you're there and you see one, you're like, no one will know, right? So I rented one, and it was the single most joyful experience of my entire life, including the birth of my children. It was fucking amazing. I was making up reasons to take that thing out. I was just like, we don't have any butternut squash. I gotta go. Couple days into it, I started making up a narrative in my head. I was like, yeah, this is the same as a Harley. This is the same shit. This is my hog. Another day went by. I was like, I am getting one of these as soon as I get back. I started shopping online. I was like, do I want a blue one? Yeah. Do I want a basket? Fuck yeah, I want a basket on that. And then I got back to the US of A. And within moments, I was like, oh, there's not a fucking chance. Like, I'll get beat to death at a red light in one of these. And that's when you realize that Vespas are the pickleball of the motorbike world. They just are. Yeah. It is simply a substitute for the real thing. Just say you suck at tennis, you fucking cuck. Like, nobody wants to hear that you're excelling at a make-believe sport. Now, no, but it's so social. Anyone can do it. That's why you do it. You're soft. Now, I just got back from my favorite place. I was in Italy, which I absolutely love. Yeah. It's the greatest. It is the greatest. And, you know, my phone knows that I love Italy, just like our phones know everything about us now. It was fun, I think, about a decade ago when we would, like, kind of debate, wouldn't it be crazy if this thing was listening to everything that we said? And then now we're like, oh, yeah, this records everything. Everything I say, text, think, it's just there. I mean, unless you're one of these people who happens to believe, you're like, oh yeah, you know, I was having a conversation with someone about a breadbasket from Croatia in the 1700s, and then I opened my Gmail, and it was like, you looking for a Croatian breadbasket? You're like, isn't that a wild coincidence? Yeah. This tour has been a lot of fun. We've gone to a lot of fun places. You learn things sometimes when you travel, you know, you pick up on things. A few weeks ago, we were in Augusta, Georgia, the Coke Zero of their cities. And Augusta is quite famous, if you don't know. It's the home of Augusta National, which is a country club and golf course where they play arguably the most famous tournament in all of golf, appropriately titled the Masters. It's a curious name choice for the Deep South. Now, perhaps a different pronunciation when they named it? Massive. So, I didn't name it. It was built. The club was built in 1933 by what I would call top shelf whites. The whitest whites. Whites so white, they sang white songs during their backswings, like, I'm white. No rhythm or flow, more of a statement, you know? Now, the club is also notorious for having a very exclusionary past. They are not a big fan of others. So, we spent all day there, and I decided to look it up. I looked up, when did they let in their first black member? And I'll give you guys a hint, it's later than you think. Are you ready? 1990. Yeah, they waited. They were like, maybe things will go back to the way they were. I don't know. You don't want to act too fast. You don't put on a raincoat just because it's drizzling. You know what I'm saying, brother? Then I looked up, when did they let in their first female member? 2012. That's how much women ruin a good time for men. I mean, you get it, right? They went to the most racist guys in our country. Guys who their whole lives was just about hating black people with everything inside of them. And when those guys were presented with the question, whom would you rather hang out with? Black guys or women? And they were like, give us all the blacks you got. We will learn their fancy handshakes. I don't give a fuck. I don't want some broad yapping in my ear, ruining my Sunday round. Come on, Jermaine, let me show you how we do this. Get you a tea. What's with all the dancing? You gonna do that after every hole? I got me a birdie. All right, so, are you, probably. You know, I've been thinking about killing my wife. I've been talking about it too, mostly with my wife. It's her fault, she started it. We were in the house one day, and she just lobs this at me. She goes, how easily do you think you could kill me with your bare hands? I go, very. She goes, really? I go, it wouldn't even be a little bit hard. She goes, no. And I go, yeah. I'm not saying I'm a badass. I'm saying I can kill you with little to no effort. Now this shit comes up all the time. Like whenever we're together. We were in New York. We were waiting for the subway, just kind of standing there. And at one point I was like, oh, I could fucking shove you off of that platform right now. And she looks, she goes, I would die. I go, no shit. And then she goes, you shouldn't. I go, what? She goes, there's cameras here, and there's people everywhere. You're gonna get caught. I was like, yeah, good looking out. Okay. We went to Hawaii. We were on a hike, just on this cliff's edge, and at one point, I put my hands on her shoulders. I go, you know, if I wanted to, I could throw you off. And she looked, she goes, I would die. I go, you're getting good at this. Yeah. I go, of course I'm not going to. There's rocks there. Your body would be exposed. There'd be homicide detectives everywhere. It would fuck up my day. I'm not doing it. I go, but if you look down there, I don't see any rocks. If I did it over there, the tide would take you out, and then I would have an awesome week in Hawaii. And then we kissed. I guess that's love, right? Yeah, but she's alive. Isn't she? Yeah, you know, we've been together, I think, 63 years now. And yeah, you get to that point in your relationship where you're like, all right, I'm riding it out with this one, right? But you can't help sometimes to think about who it could have been. Don't you ever play that game? You think back and you think about one, you're like, oof, Jesus, I really dodged a bullet there. Then you think about another one, you're like, that could have been cool. You think about all of them, you know? I had one hit me the other day. I was remembering that I studied abroad. I did a semester in Madrid. And I remembered one time an American classmate of mine came up to me and he goes, hey, I'm going to Tunisia this weekend, North Africa. Do you want to come? And I go, not really, no. And then he called me out. He goes, when will you ever have the chance to see a place like that after such a short flight? You really should go. And I thanked him. I said, you're right, I'm coming. We went to Tunisia. We checked into a hotel. We see this beautiful woman in the lobby, and we approach her together, but we're gentlemen. I go, hey, we're American students. We're studying in Spain. We're here for the weekend. And she goes, I'm French. I'm traveling alone. I'm looking for heroin today. And my friend goes, she's yours. And then he just walked away. And I was like, let's see where it goes, you know? We rode camels, you know, we tried to score some H. And then we're in her room later, and we're making out, and it's starting to heat up. And I want to make this very clear to everybody. I stop her, and I go, I got to tell you something. I don't have a condom, and no offense, I think I need one. And she goes, you don't need a condom. I go, ah. Okay, so you said so, and I'm dumb. So we did what we did, and then I go back to my room, and my friend's there. He goes, where have you been? I go, the French girl. I just hooked up with her. And his first question, he goes, you have a condom? And I go, no. And his face dropped. And he goes, you're gonna die. And I go, I am gonna die. I didn't sleep 1 second. In the morning, I go downstairs for breakfast, for fucking Tunisian breakfast. It was like dates and hummus. I was like, you're gonna eat this first thing in the morning and wash it down with coffee? You're gonna shit some memories out right now. So I ate, I shat, and I saw her. She knew something was up. She's like, what is wrong with you? I go, last night, we did what we did, and we didn't use protection. And she goes, that's okay. And I go, no, it's not. And she goes, it's okay because I take medicine. I go, why do you take medicine? Is your T-cell count like 12 or something? She goes, I take medicine to not make babies. I go, the pill? You think I'm worried about getting you pregnant? How would you even find me? You just gonna write a letter? Dear America. A man calling himself Big Daddy Kane fucked me in North Africa. And she goes, calm down. I go, I can't. This woman reached into her purse and pulled out pills. I didn't even ask what they were. I was just like, oh. What was that? Vitamin C? She goes, Xanax. You just ate 3 Xanax. And now you're gonna relax, you big baby. And like a minute later, I go, mm-hmm. I am relaxed. And then we went up to her room, and we had unprotected sex again. And that's how I got AIDS. I don't know. I've never been tested, and guess what, guys? I'm not gonna be. Because it's better not to know. At this point, I've got it, my wife's got it, the boys have got it, Seven's got it. Oh yeah, for sure. Bill Belichick definitely has it. But you know what? I feel good skinny. So thank you, AIDS, and thank you, Milwaukee. You guys were the best. Thanks very much. Have a great night. Thank you.